Hello everyone, welcome back. As the title suggests, I'm playing Pokemon Shield again, and I'm going to be showing off Celebi, which is one of my favorite mythicals, and you can actually get him legitimately now. Or her, I don't know. The legendaries and mythics are all genderless, so it's whatever you want it to be, I guess. But yeah, Celebi is one of those ones that's been elusive for the longest time. Outside of just random events here and there, you couldn't really get an official Celebi, but now it is actually one of the most accessible, because of the fact that they added it to Pokemon Crystal on the Virtual Console. That's actually how I got this Celebi. I do have another one from an event, but this one is from that event, where you can actually, just buying the game, when you beat it, and I think you have to go through both, all 16 gyms, but when you beat the game, you can actually go and do the GS event, where you get the GS ball, and then you go and place it in the little shrine that Celebi lives in. Or, not so much lives in, but just they made it for Celebi. So yeah, you can actually get a very easy, legit Celebi now. And it comes at level 30. So yeah, I would highly recommend, if you have a 3DS, to get those Virtual Console versions, because they have aged incredibly well. They are still very fun to play. It's much like a lot of the old classic games like Super Mario Brothers, Sonic, all the old sprite-based games. Obviously, the visuals today look way better, but I can go through and play Crystal all over again, which in fact I did, because I bought all 6 Virtual Consoles. I bought Red, Blue, Yellow, Silver, Gold, and Crystal, and I've played through all 6 of them. So I've gone from start to finish on all 6 of those games, and had a ton of fun each time doing it. And, not to mention, you can get a Celebi out of it. And I think the event might have ended, but there was one when you buy Gold and Silver, you get a code that you can use to redeem into Pokemon Sun and Moon, and then that would just give you a Celebi in that game. Oh, you know what? I've never actually encountered one of these. I might just catch this one. I don't even have one. Interesting. But yeah, they actually had an event where you could just redeem it into Sun and Moon. So Crystal actually has it built into the game. For the first time in North America, you can actually do that event, because it actually required you to live in Japan, first of all, and you had to have a phone service, which was like the original GTS, where you could trade over the phone lines and all that, which is actually really cool and advanced for its time. I'm kind of sad we didn't get that in America. But yeah, you could actually get a GS ball by doing that, and then you can go through the whole event. Much like it is in the Crystal version. It is an exact duplicate without having to attach to that. I think you have to go to Goldenrod City or something. Now that is one difference, is that I don't think you have that trade center in Goldenrod City where you can connect to the phone. However, you might. It might be in there. So if you have the game, you can go check. But either way, you can do the actual in-game event and get a legitimate Celebi that way. Now, one thing I don't have for this little man here is I don't have the chipped pot. I always just get the cracked ones. So it's like the only way to get a legitimate evolution of that is by having the chipped one, which is very, very rare. I think that guy who sells random things to you in that desert town, I think he's the only one that can give you the chipped pot. And his inventory just cycles randomly, so it's very hard to get it. I'm going to do Psycho Cut here. I was going to give Celebi Psychic, but she gets that eventually when you level up, so it doesn't really matter that it has it now. Yeah, very, very easy to obtain nowadays. I mean, granted, you have to play through the whole game of Crystal, so you do have to invest some time into it. But as far as just, like, Jirachi, there's no easy way to go get Jirachi now. So at least for Mew and Celebi, you have relatively easy means to get a hold of them. And then actually a big surprise was Deoxys in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. That was a huge surprise, that you can just get him as just a normal Pokemon now. You just catch him in the game. So it's the first time they actually pulled a mythical from mythical category and just threw it right into the game itself. No event required, you just catch the man. He's at level 82, which is crazy. Oh, there just went a little Impidimp. Yeah, Impidimp is one of my... Oh, there's another one. I think he's going to strike me. Yeah, he's one of my favorite new additions to the game. Sword and Shield, by the way, if you don't have it, is a very fun game. I know it got a lot of crap in the media and all that from pseudo-fans of the series. Because they did actually change a few things. Some for the better, some for the worse, but as a whole, very enjoyable game. So I would recommend getting it. Has a lot of new cool Pokemon. You have the Colossal, which is very cool. You have Grimmsnarl. There's another one in there, too, that I usually Toxtricity, I use him a lot. Inteleon, as you can see him there in my party. So yeah, a lot of very cool Pokemon. I especially like how Toxtricity has the amped up and low key form. Oh, I just left the forest. Where it depends on his nature. Whatever nature he has, he either goes amped up or low key. Which I think the low key is more focused on physical or maybe special attacks, and the amped up is more focused on physical attacks. It's one or the other, like adamant or what is the opposite of adamant? Jolly? No, jolly's not right. Modest nature, that's what it is. Yeah, one of the side is adamant, one of the side is modest. Obviously, there's more options than that, like hardy and all that will make him change one form or the other. Oh, he might kill himself with that curse. I think, yep, there he goes. Probably not the best option he could have used. But yeah, so not going to go into a crazy long video, just wanted to show off Celebi here. Yeah, Pokemon Home is actually a really nice little addition. Obviously, you don't have to pay for it, you can just get the freemium version. You have the free version, and then you have the premium version. And I actually just went ahead and got the premium, because with the expansions coming out, I'm going to transfer over some of my other Pokemon that have been added to the game. Which a lot of people don't seem to realize, is that the expansions coming out, the Pokemon that come with it are not going to be... Oh, no, that was a bad one to use. The Pokemon coming with it are not going to be exclusive to the expansions. So once the expansions actually come out, you can actually just trade with people that have the expansions. So you can just play completely, you can spend the $60 and not even worry in the future. You can have the entire experience. Obviously, you won't be able to go to the Isle of Armor, and what's the other one called? It's the Isle of Armor, and there's something else. It's like Frosted Heart. I don't know what the other one is called. No, the Frozen Tundra. So you have the Isle of Armor, and then you have the Frozen Tundra, which I'm absolutely going to get, because this game has a complete experience when you buy it. Granted, there is a ton of dialogue, so you're going to be skipping a lot of it or clicking through it. So maybe a little bit too much dialogue and not enough of a focus on gameplay, but aside from that, very fun game. And I will absolutely be buying those DLCs. Which I saw some people complaining that they're like, oh, Smash has DLC now, Pokemon has DLC now, what happened to all of our classic games? But if you compare Pokemon Red to Pokemon Shield, just comparing their base games, there is so much more content. And then, of course, as everyone has already mentioned, with the expansions coming out, people seem to forget that there's Pokemon Yellow, Pokemon Crystal, Pokemon Emerald, Pokemon Platinum, Pokemon White and Black 2, X and Y are one of the few that actually didn't get one, but then in Sun and Moon, you have Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and then for Sword and Shield, they just have expansions. It's like they forget that they've been doing this since the beginning, so instead of just having to buy a completely new game, you just buy an expansion that adds to this. So instead of spending the full price all over again and having a separate game, now you spend half the price of the release and get a whole new chunk of content. So yeah, I am looking forward to it. I do not listen to the complainers most of the time. And the same thing with Smash. Smash has way more characters. Like, if you compare it to Melee, Smash Ultimate obviously has all the Melee characters, and all of the Smash characters, all the Smash Brawl characters, all the Smash 4 characters, and then you have the expansion, the Fighter Pass, and then the Piranha Plant, so there's 6 more characters there, and now there's Fighter Pass 2, which comes with 5 more characters. So all these people complaining about DLC, it's just more content. It's not like... Now, microtransactions, I will absolutely agree with. If they came out with a Pokemon expansion that just changes the skin of your Pokemon, that is very stupid. However, I have never had a problem with just content expansions. Those I've always been very supportive of. Because you have the base game, and then you have more content on top of that. So that's all it is. So if you want it, get it. If you don't want it, don't get it. But that is just summarizing the whole Pokemon Home and Pokemon Sword and Shield discussion in this short video here. Anyway, that was Celebi and a slight rant. I don't know what is up next. I have a general idea of what I'm going to upload, but I need to actually get around to it first. So anyway, whatever that is, hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next video.